Hey there folks, in today's video we'll discuss how the budget car brand MG looks to take on Audi and BMW with their new stylish sedan. MG was originally a British brand that was then bought out by the Chinese company SAIC. The brand's cars are absolutely gorgeous and classy, yet low priced and economical. So far they've competed against the Japanese and Koreans, but now they're about to give a tough time to the Germans. First, let's talk about how they plan to take on Audi and BMW. MG has been growing rapidly over the past few years. These folks already have a strong footing in China, their home country, but they're also pretty big in South America and Australia. One of the main reasons for their popularity is that these cars look and drive great, yet they don't really set you back too much financially. To better understand this, let's take a look at the Australian market for a second. Their small-size SUV, ZS, starts at about $31,000. Okay, that's cool. Well, let's take a look at what price their Japanese competitors are offering. So Honda's small-sized SUV, HR-V, starts at $37,000. There's no surprise these folks are making waves. But that's not enough, is it? To be taken seriously, you also really need to take on German luxury brands, don't you? Like, come on, Toyota has Lexus, Honda has Acura, and Nissan has Infiniti. Well, MG has taken pages out of these folks' playbooks and is launching its own luxury sub-brand. So now, a new black label brand will start offering more luxurious models than their regular cars. While obviously it won't be a brand in its own right, just like Lexus, it'll represent a step beyond its current range of affordable SUVs and hatchbacks. More than the Germans, it's these Japanese luxury brands that better watch their back. So tell us about the car. Folks, believe us when we tell you that the car is absolutely gorgeous. Most importantly, it's a sportsback sedan, so it's looking to take on the Audi A5. And we all know how beautiful these sportsbacks can be. The front side of the car is a typical MG. It actually emulates the front of the MG5 sedan, but is obviously much prettier. There's that Morris Garage's signature grille on the bumpers, which then merges into the lights. The lights are thin, sleek, and beautiful altogether. The car is the perfect mixture of sporty and luxury. It has a long hood, which curves elegantly into the bumper of the car. Then there's the side profile, which is mind-blowing. The car has several bone lines on the side, starting from the front headlights and going all the way to the rear lights. We haven't gotten all the information on this vehicle yet, but it seems to have pillarless doors too. The back lights are gorgeous and are connected to each other with a thin strip of LEDs, kinda like the Audi e-tron, but the back does remind us of Aston Martin. It seems a lot like their V8 Vantage, so they've definitely taken inspiration from the Europeans. A ducktail boot lid transports into a pop-up spoiler, like the Porsche Panamera. The pictures also show enormous quad exhaust tips, suggesting that the car might have a muscular petrol engine, so maybe they're not going electric just yet. As of right now, we don't know what it's going to look like from the inside, but if their current cars are any evidence, they'll look straight up gorgeous, not gonna lie. But again, that's just speculation, folks. But we can assure you, it'll build on the high-tech features found in their regular cars. It will also have crisp displays, safety aids, and most probably ambient lighting. We still don't know the tech specs about the MG7, but according to the Car News China, it might have a 4-cylinder turbo engine with 189 kilowatts of power. That would position the car much closer to the Volkswagen Arteon than the Audi RS7, unlike what we expected. If this does turn out to be true though, that means the beautiful exhaust on the rear that we just mentioned are there for vanity, or maybe the 4-cylinder is the base model and we'll see a sports range too. Well, it's anyone's guess at this point. We'll be learning more about the car on the 17th of August, so make sure to stay tuned to find out all about it. Okay, we're sold. When can we buy it? Unfortunately, not anytime soon. If you're in China though, good news. Chinese customers will get first dibs on the new range, but if you're in Australia, you might have to wait a little bit, or maybe you won't get it at all. MG's Australian arm does intend to ramp up its premium appeal, but this particular machine is unlikely to make a local debut. That's because of two reasons. Firstly, Australians just prefer hatchbacks or SUVs. Sedans are slowly dying out. Secondly, ICE cars are dying out as well, as the new government prepares to ramp up EV sales. There's just not so much potential in these petrol cars, especially since the MG7 is close to a year away. But don't worry folks, because this is just the first of many cars the luxury brand aims to produce. So as they start moving towards SUVs and EVs, we are sure some gorgeous cars are likely to make their way to the down under. With that out of the way, let's talk about some other things that have been happening in the world of cars. In other news, what are the top selling cars in Australia? 2021 and 2022 have been exciting years for the car industry here in Australia. The bounce back from COVID really catapulted the industry into growth. The tiny Kia Picanto takes the lead in the microcar segment with over 2,500 units sold so far this year. In the light car segment, we have MG3. The MG3 has sold close to a whopping 10,000 units a year to date. Toyota Corolla takes the lead in the small car segment with over 15,000 sales. Toyota takes yet another lead in medium cars with their Camry. There's no doubt about the fact that Toyota will always be one of the top selling brands, if not number one, in any particular particular country. Although MG is far away from matching Toyota in sales, it still looks like they need to worry about the British-Chinese brand because they bag another category. This time it's their MG ZS, selling the most in their small SUV category. There's no sign of the MG HS though, unfortunately, but we're sure the brand is going to make the list again once its premium arm starts selling here. Now let's talk about how much it costs to charge an EV in Australia. Alright, so you're about to buy an EV for the environment, of course, but you still want to know if it'll save you money or not. Well, in short, yes, you'll save money, but it's not just about the petrol itself. You will also save on maintenance. Since there's no oil to be changed, no transmission fluid, no catalytic converter, etc., you actually end up saving a lot by avoiding these inevitable expenses. So obviously it varies from place to place, from car to car, but the average amount of money it'll take to charge a car from 0 to 100 is close to $16. That's actually nothing. That's close to what it'll set you back to fill your tank just 8 liters. And with the prices rising rapidly, it'll mean you'll save even more in the future. This is for your home though. It's a whole different thing when you're using a charging station. But don't worry, there's good news. A lot of public EV charging is still free, and this includes the NRMA's network of more than 50 stations in NSW. Then there's Tesla's destination chargers. They're also free, but they're only open to people who drive Teslas. These chargers provide up to 22 kilowatts of charging power. Charging network Jolt also offers EV drivers the first 7 kilowatt-hour of charging free. That equates to around 45 to 50 kilometers of range and takes only 15 to 20 minutes. So it's not really something to worry about. If you do go for an EV, you're for sure saving a lot of money, folks. Lastly, is Suzuki making a comeback? Gas is expensive. So are EVs. Yes, they'll save you money later, but it's not easy shelling out so much cash to get them. Regular cars are also getting expensive. Amidst all this chaos, there's one brand that's emerging as a winner: Suzuki. The small car specialist is all ready to clock up its best annual sales results in 10 years. The latest figures from the Japanese brand show that it has posted its strongest start to the year since 2012 and is right on track to beat its all-time annual sales record of 25,000 vehicles, which it delivered in 2010. These cars are cheap and minimal. They don't have a lot of tech features, and neither are they made from heavy, expensive materials. What does that mean? Well, it means that the folks over in Japan can make some extremely light cars with super fuel-efficient engines, so the kilometers per liter is great on these small things. Then there's the price. Just like MG, Suzuki also offers great vehicles at super competitive prices. For example, their Vitara, which is no doubt a solid SUV, sets you back around 30 grand. At the same time, the Toyota RAV4 will set you back 60 grand. So it makes sense why Suzuki's been doing so well in the country lately. Well, that's all we have for you guys today. Assuming the new MG Sportback ends up being sold in Australia, would you buy this over the Audi A5? Let us know all your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. See you guys next time. Bye.